cooking today, but I wanted to show you the cooking blender. Here it goes. And what it's doing, I'll go ahead and pause it, but what it's doing is actually heating and cooking, blending and pureeing. So our cooking blender is unlike anything I'd ever seen. So I wanted to point it out because we're going to be using this mixture of onion and vegetable broth today to make our risotto. And I did the heated puree setting. Other settings that you can use on our cooking blender, things like soup, where if you don't like little chunks of vegetables in your soup, this would be so perfect for you. Or if you have trouble digesting and you normally can't do things like broccoli soup, for example, it's really, really nice to be able to have your soups pureed and heated, and it's just something that we use a lot. So the other settings, you can make jam for canning. You can make sauces. We make our vegan cheese sauce with cashews. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but since we do a lot of dairy-free in our home, that's really helpful. And there's a grind setting so you can make your own nut butters like peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, and it's something that you can control the ingredients for. So I definitely have to give it a shout out. We use it quite often and it just comes in handy. There's also a smoothie adapter that you can get for it so that it can be everything from breakfast to lunch to dinner, and your food processor, everything. So this, along with the quick cooker that we're using today, is it's on sale for one day only, and it's 25% off, even if you're not hosting. So if you are a customer and you're like, oh man, I want a cooking blender, and you don't want to host a party, then this would be the day to get it for sure, because it is on sale. So just that little plug here as we started, I wanted to be able to show it to you. And what I love about it is that it heats as you go. So like if you're making soup, it says, okay, well, soup should be served at 212 degrees. And it just gets it there and it keeps it there. So really, really cool. Okay, let me turn you back over to our quick cooker, which is our main event today. So thank you guys for watching. It's Sunday Funday. So if you are just tuning in, every Sunday at 1 o'clock, I do a live cooking show. And this is something that I started doing in 2020 to fill my need to share my passion for these Pampered Chef products. And since I'm not going into people's homes at this point, hopefully someday we'll get to do that again. But for now, every Sunday at 1, we just do a Sunday Fun Day. And I have some specials for you. So if you're watching on Sunday, then when you order today, you're going to get a gift from me. I love to add our new season's recipe book because they're easy to follow. Even non-cooks can use these, make these recipes, and they make sure that the cost of the recipe is very inexpensive. It's about $2 a serving. Plus, all of these recipes have ingredients that you've probably heard of and you probably have in your pantry. So I'm going to add that to anyone that orders today. If you do not have a host, please reach out to me before placing your order so that I can make sure you get your gift. Now, when you spend $80, you're going to get an additional gift from Pampered Chef, and you're going to add that to your cart before you check out. And watch out, if you do have discounts with Pampered Chef, you have to spend $80 after discount and before tax and shipping, okay? Speaking of shipping, when you spend $150, you get free shipping. That's always, not just Sunday Fun Day. But for Sundays, if you spend $130 before tax and shipping, then you're going to get a seasoning from me. And I love to add my very favorite seasoning, which we're featuring today, and that is the crushed peppercorn and garlic. So that's our little special for the day. If you have questions about that or need help like with where and how to order, just comment, tag me, something like that, and I'll get you taken care of. All right, so let's go ahead and get cooking. We're gonna be using the quick cooker today. Let me make sure we can see this. All right, there's the quick cooker. This is Pampered Chef's version of a pressure cooker. So I was totally intimidated by this as like kind of a novice cook. I wouldn't call myself super like cook savvy, like cooking savvy, but I do love using these products to make my life easier. And so when this first came out, I was a little nervous, but it comes with a cooking guide and it takes you from like super beginner to like, hey, I'm a real cook, and it has recipes all along the way. Things like making hard-boiled eggs, super simple. Everyone can do this successfully, even if you're not a cook. I do have this insert that it's sold separately. It's the quick cooker ceramic pot. I usually make my rice in here. But today we're actually making risotto, which, has anyone made risotto before? Because if you have, here's what I understand. I haven't made it non-pampered chef, so I've always had the easy way out. But from what I understand, if you make risotto, it's very hard to make it perfect. And you kind of have to babysit it for 20 to 40 minutes, depending, right over the stove. Continuous stirring. But with the quick cooker, it's just dump it in and go. It's pretty cool. So I am going to start with the sear setting. Oh, I guess plugging in would help, yeah? Okay. All right, so we're gonna start with the sear setting and push the start button. Now what that's gonna do is get the plate inside there, the bowl that moves, it's gonna make the bottom of it nice and hot, kind of like a hot plate would be on your stove. We're going to warm up some oil on this, put some seasoning in, and I'm gonna put my chicken in so it just gets a little bit of that browning effect before it starts cooking. All right, I'm using some avocado oil today. That's a high heat oil. So when you are cooking, what you want to think about is if you're using an oil, you want to use a high heat oil like avocado or grapeseed oil when you're cooking over 300 degrees. And when you are wanting to use the healthiest oil, which would be your extra virgin olive oil, first press, cold press, whatever it is, organic, all of those things, you never want to heat that up over 300 degrees. So when you're using your kitchen spritzer or heating up in the oven, you want to be using the high heat oils. And from what I understand, canola, corn, and vegetable oil, while they're the least expensive, they also have almost no way to escape GMOs. So if that's important to you, you'd want to choose the other oils. All right, so we're just going to put about a tablespoon or so just to heat that up. I'm gonna go ahead and put my favorite crushed peppercorn and garlic in there. Oh, you know what? I would love to have some garlic in this recipe too. And I think I'm out, so let's just double check. All right, so just for fun's sake, let's just pretend I have some garlic. And should I have some garlic, I just take the little clove. So we have the white bulb, take the clove out, put one in here. You don't have to peel it. We're gonna press it in, get that nice and hot. And then the peel would come right out of that as well. So how's that for air cooking, right? All right, the next thing we're gonna do now that we've got it nice and heated is go ahead and add our cubed chicken. So I have cut the chicken breast in half. So this is one large chicken breast. I cut it in half. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. And then I took my professional shears, which I cannot recommend enough. Not only do they help you open bags, but any kind of chicken trimming that you need to do, this is going to be so much easier than getting a cutting board out and trying to like trim the fat off of chicken. I take the chicken breast in one hand, trim the fat around, and then like I did here, I just cubed the chicken up. And we're gonna go ahead and put that into our heated oil. Oh, you can hear the sizzle already. And I'll take my large chef's tongs and just kind of give it a little bit of a round. So this happens very, very quickly. And then we're going to add our broth and rice. All right, so we're almost ready for this. Here's what risotto rice looks like. It's called like a barrio, and you don't have to buy this brand. I have no sponsor here, but I just wanted you to realize it's a different kind of rice. It's like puffier, and it is delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and put 1 cup in with our chicken, just to kind of give it a little toast. I'm using my mini oven mitt because this inside pot gets a little hot. All right. Oh, it already smells amazing. Now I'm gonna take my puree. Now, if you are what they call normal, what is that, right? You could, at this point, take the peel off of your onion, chop it up with our food processor, food chopper, your knife, put that in and saute the onions as well. However, because of some dietary restrictions we have in our home, whenever I want to use onion, I go ahead and puree it into a sauce so that my family can still have onion and not have to chew it or digest it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. There's 3 cups of broth and the 1 full onion. Okay, the other cool thing about our cooking blender here is that it has a wash setting. So if you put a little, like, I don't know, it's about a cup of water and 1 drop of Dawn, put it on the wash cycle. It's gonna take about 5 minutes. It gets underneath those blades and washes your pot for you so that it's just a quick wipe out. And that is such a cool feature when you're making like sticky things, especially that jam or peanut butter. The wash setting is really nice. Okay, so with our risotto, we're pretty much ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more seasoning in. There's our crushed peppercorn and garlic. Then I'm gonna take our salt and pepper shaker here. And by the way, guys, if you see anything that you have at home and you love it, I want you to give it a shout out, because when I do giveaways, I do it based on participation. So every time you comment on one of my videos and ask a question, tag or whatever, you're getting that attention so that I can get you into our door prize drawings. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of salt. Not too much because I actually didn't have low sodium vegetable broth. It was regular, so I don't need a lot of salt. And then some pepper. Okay, now that is it. So no babysitting here. I'm gonna put the lid of my quick cooker on and make sure that my seal is in there. Make sure that the vents are down. And I'm gonna go ahead and cancel the sear setting. So far we're 5 minutes in, okay? We've done our chicken, we've got our rice, we've got our broth, our seasoning, everything is done here. We're just gonna go to the white rice setting. There it is. And we're just gonna let it go, all right? So what's gonna happen with a pressure cooker if you've never used it before? It was kind of news to me. Again, I was brand new, I didn't know anything about it. What happens is that pressure with whatever liquid's in there has to build pressure and then it starts cooking. So the white rice, for example, is a 4-minute cook time. It's probably gonna take 5 to 10 minutes to come to pressure and then it starts counting down. The benefits of using pressure cooking is that it doesn't allow for nutrition to leave your food as steam on top of a stove or microwave might. So it locks in nutrition and almost always 70% faster. So think about white rice. How long does that take? Like in my Pampered Chef rice cooker, it takes about 15 to 17 minutes to make 1 cup of rice, right? So this is gonna take roughly the same time, but I don't have to babysit it again, right? And it's only 4 minutes of cook time, so it locks that in. Same thing's true for whatever dish you're making. Another thing that we make with this quite often, and if you follow the Katie Pampered Chef Lady page, I actually do the live video every single Sunday at 1 there. And I know some of you are watching there right now. Thank you for liking the page. So I do have, from a couple of weeks ago, I did the pressure cooker salsa chicken fajitas / lettuce wraps, which is my favorite starter meal because just about everyone loves it. It's healthy and it does everything in one, from your meat, then your veggie, it has your rice all in one pot. So think about that. Throw the ingredients in, 7-minute cook time, walk away, and you can do other things instead of continually preparing the meal. So that was a real eye-opener when I started using it. So this product also, the quick cooker and the cooking blender, this one is also 25% off today only, and that's the last day of January. So it's a little extra sale that Pampered Chef is doing. It's 1 day only. It's not something that I control. So if you do want a pressure cooker and you don't want to host a party, then you would want to get that today to get the extra deal. Now, speaking of hosting, whenever you host a party, the way that I have that work is you would invite friends to a little private Pampered Chef party group. All of my hosts for each week invite to the same group so that the pressure is off of you as a host. You invite the friends. As your friends comment and have fun and ask questions, you would talk back to them. See them for the week. It's a lot of fun. I hope that you have fun. I hope my hosts have fun with it. If you've ever hosted, give a little shout out to how easy and fun it is. And then at the end of the week, you get to go shopping with a discount. So it's a lot of fun. I would love to do it with you. And in February, we have our cookware, which we have been anxiously awaiting to come back since fall. We had a little bit of a sellout situation last year and a little trouble manufacturing them quick enough. So We have not been able to sell them, but for hosts only in February, you can get them 60% off, and I can show you the selections that you can get. So super fun and easy. Even for a small party, you can get some of our cookware 60% off as a host in February. Now, the next thing. Okay, well, moving on. I'm going to do a little bit of preparation. So with this rice, typically you would chop up spinach, tomatoes. I love sun-dried tomatoes in this recipe, and of course cheese, mozzarella cheese. The recipe that I'll share in our party cookbook, if you're part of one of our parties right now, is they have you cut up cheese sticks and throw them in. We're going to be using Daiya dairy-free cheese. Once it's all said and done and cooked and ready to eat, I just stir in some dairy-free cheese so that we have a little bit of that cheesiness, but that is one extra add-in that you can put. So you'll see when I share the recipe that there's all different ways to make this, and there's also one called broccoli cheese risotto. So instead of doing the mozzarella, you would just do cheddar, and the add-in would be broccoli before you put the lid on as well. And that one's really tasty as well. Okay, let's go ahead and prep some veggies. I'm gonna be doing like a little side salad, which the salad spinner is, I have it in my fridge. Let me just grab it. So in my fridge, I've got my salad spinner here. I just want to show you how I store my lettuce in the spinner. This one's actually a product that they're discontinuing, which is really sad. I actually bought a backup just in case because I love it so much. It has a removable colander in here, and this is where I actually store the lettuce. So the first thing you do is take that out. I take the lettuce, romaine lettuce, I cut it in half so that I have these little like lettuce wrap size, so I could eat, you know, fajitas or lettuce wraps throughout the week or make a salad. So I rinse it off, use the salad spinner lid to spin it, get it nice and dry, take the water out, and then I dry it. Then I put it back in with some paper towels just to absorb any extra moisture. This lettuce will stay crisp for 2 weeks. If it would last that long, it would stay crisp for 2 weeks. So I highly recommend a salad spinner. It's worth every little bit of inch room in your refrigerator as well. I'm gonna roast some veggies. So to prepare that, I'm gonna use our spiralizer, which if you're in our party this week, you'll see this again. I have a little video of it. One night for dinner, we'll make chicken marsala. So I'm gonna insert the blade on the fettuccine noodle setting. There's 3 different sizes of noodle that you can get. And we're just gonna prepare the zucchini by taking the ends off. You don't need to cut off much. And it just needs to fit under this piece. So usually that's right in half. Once in a while it's too long and it doesn't fit, but that one looks good. All right. So it should come out here. Super easy to use. It's also easy to clean. I get that question a lot. It doesn't come with a little brush, but there's a little dual-sided cleaning brush. It's $5 or $6. And it is a miracle worker when it comes to cleaning sharp things, keeps your hands away. I love it for this guy. I'm gonna take just the little bit of leftover, which we always use anyway. It's just a little, you know, disc or whatever. Put this one down. Other things that I've used my spiralizer for, onions to make them nice, thin, and even for salads or fajitas. I love it for sweet potatoes. I'll use the angel hair pasta blade for that one, and all the blades come with it. One of them's attached, and then the other one just, it kind of flips over, so very low maintenance there. And I will actually freeze these zucchini noodles too. I don't know if you've ever purchased the noodles, but it's nice to just have them on hand. And I know that at the store they'll sell them, you know, conveniently packaged. It's like $11 a pound for zucchini noodles, but look how easy it is. I mean, it's not bad at all. And I like to do it all at once and then just store them like in my leak-proof container, or, you know, have them ready for the week so I don't have to pull this out each time. I do the same thing for chicken. So I guess my meal prep tip for you is you don't necessarily have to make the whole meal ahead, but if you have, say, your chicken trimmed and cubed for the week or sliced in half so it's ready to cook, and your vegetables ready to be roasted, it makes it so easy when it's dinner time to just be like, okay, grab that out of the fridge or the freezer and run with it. All right, so all this comes apart. You can set that right on the top rack of the dishwasher. It's very easy to use. Okay, so let's see if we can get you a long noodle. There you go. See, aren't those fun? Those are so fun. And to prepare it for roasting, which is my favorite way to eat them. So two recommendations when it comes to zoodles or zucchini. You never want to put them in water because they're already 97% water. You would just put them out on your stone, or I'm using the Rock Crop Grill stone, which is a little bit more durable. And I just love using this for roasting veggies. And we're just gonna put them in the oven for about 15 minutes to dry them out enough to give them a nice texture. Then you could eat them just as a side if you season them up, or it's also great as a actual noodle. Pour marinara sauce over it, right? We do this under like our chicken marsala, and any pasta dish that I make, I'll usually choose the zucchini noodles instead. I've just gotten kind of used to that. But if you're not used to that, you could just add the zucchini to your regular noodles, get more nutrition, and just kind of train your palate to like those veggies. And the other little meal prep veggie helper that I want to show you, I'm going to take my Santoku knife here and just cut the top off of the bell pepper, and take my scoop loop. Funny little item, but it works so nicely. We're just gonna take the center out. Oh, this one was pregnant. You guys ever seen this? It's got a little baby pepper inside there. But the scoop loop will help scrape out those little white side pieces that taste a little bitter. That'll keep your bell peppers nice and sweet. In fact, when it comes to bell peppers, if you choose red, it's gonna be the sweetest option and the easiest on your tummy if you struggle with digestion. Can you tell we have digestion issues in our family? But it's great to know, right? So green is gonna be the most likely to cause issues, heartburn, that sort of thing. And then from there you go yellow to orange, and then it turns red. So here we go on our quick slice here. This one is your OCD product, so if you like things just so, you're gonna love the quick slice. It has your blades that are evenly spaced. In fact, when you start using this, if you go to a potluck with your fruit tray or your veg tray, someone is gonna come up to you and be like, how did you cut it so evenly? And then you can be like, oh, it's my Pampered Chef quick slice. All right, just rock it down nice and gently, no pressure here needed, and it will slice all nicely. The other thing you can do with it, go ahead and put that on the side. The other thing you can do is go again. So I like to do this with cucumbers and zucchini just to make them the matchstick size. But for peppers, like I'll use this for fajitas one day this week. You go again, and then you've got your little strips of peppers. So the other things that you'll see me use the quick slice for are mushrooms and strawberries, pineapple, eggs, gosh, I mean, so many things. So a lot of my customers will tell me they use this instead of their little egg slicer. It's just like egg slicer on steroids. It's a upgrade, if you will. All right, so in finishing up our noodles, I'm going to use our kitchen spritzer, which has no chemicals in it. It's not going to be your aerosol spray, which is never recommended when you're around stones. A cookie sheet, you never want to spray your cookie sheets or your nonstick pans with an aerosol spray. I think that's like one thing that's just not well known, and you don't realize that you're ruining your tools by spraying that, because it makes a buildup that you can't see over time, and then it almost looks like rust. It's like little brown flakes on your cookie sheets or with your nonstick cookware. Oh, it breaks my heart. If you have that on there and you heat up the cookware, which you always do, it can actually have a reaction with the chemical in the nonstick, and then it doesn't do the nonstick anything anymore. So now you have to use the spray when nonstick cookware is designed so that you don't have to use spray at all. So if your nonstick is not nonstick anymore, then it may have had a chemical reaction, either heating up too high or using an aerosol spray. Okay, I'll stop. I just wish I would have known that before I ruined a couple of pans myself. All right, so we're gonna build up pressure in the lid, spray just like an aerosol spray would, and then you're gonna let the pressure out when you're done spraying. What that does, get you nice and ready for next time, so we'll be ready to pump and spray next time. Then I'm gonna use my crushed peppercorn and garlic again. Favorite rub, I can't get enough of it. I like it on meats, I like it on rice, I like it on vegetables. And then we're gonna just bake these 425 for 15 minutes. And it's delicious, guys, so good. Even non-zucchini lovers tend to like it. From here, I also like to put fresh tomatoes in this rice when it comes out. So I'm gonna use the close and cut for this. Now the close and cut is one that we used to prepare the chicken as well. I didn't show you that today, but I do have a video of that and you'll wanna watch for that so you can see how to prep your chicken. So I told you about the shears. I'll trim off the fat with the shears and then take that large chicken breast, put it right inside here, and then take a chef's knife. It's gotta be about 7 inches long. You can get this as a set and save a few dollars on the knife, or if you already have the knife, you can just get the close and cut. So I'm gonna show you with grapes instead of chicken, just a little less hand washing time in front of you today. And we'll show you. So we're just gonna close it down. There's springs on both sides, so whatever you put in here, an English muffin or a bagel, or even a whole thing of uncut olives or grapes, whatever you put in here, you're gonna close it down, lift just enough to put that knife through, and cut all the way to the back. Now check out all of my grape tomatoes now are perfectly cut in half and ready to go. How great is that? So easy. All right. Now, another thing that Pampered Chef sells that I don't know how I did without before, and you know, maybe you can get them somewhere else too, but do you guys use prep bowls? I guess with cooking shows, it's more of a thing now, but I didn't realize how handy they were. So I have my prep bowl cabinet here. I've got my leak-proof containers, my prep bowls in here. I'm just gonna take my little 1-cup prep bowl and show you my sun-dried tomatoes. So in here, I've got my sun-dried tomatoes. I used the can strainer to strain the oil off of them, and the can strainer will fit inside of a fat can this way, or on top of a skinny can that way, and you just kind of drain it over. So I'll take my sun-dried tomatoes and my kitchen shears again. Now these are the professional shears. We also have regular kitchen shears that come apart. The difference is these have a spring, so it kind of helps you open and close. The kitchen shears, they come apart for easy cleaning, but you have to do the work of opening and closing just like regular scissors. Okay, so there's my sun-dried tomatoes that I'll be adding to my rice. That's one of my favorites. Of course, the kids are like, no, don't add those to mine. We've got 2 minutes left on our rice, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of pull this all together for you. I'll tell you a few honorable mentions before we go, okay? Our pasta cooker. I would never have thought to buy this. Honestly, I got it for free because as a consultant, you can earn all of the products for free just by hosting parties and things. Like, so when new products are gonna come out, they'll say, when you have X number of parties this month, you'll get all the free products, so-and-so. And then as a leader with our company, they bring you a free set of new products as well. This is one that I got for free. It's got a ceramic bowl with it and this little boil over lid. This thing is amazing. So we actually got a second one of these just to warm up soups, like canned soup or SpaghettiOs. Guys, does anyone have kids that eat SpaghettiOs? All over the microwave every time, even if they remember the paper towel on top, it like pops off. So anyway, we use this exclusively now for those kinds of things, but you can also put like raw pasta in here, a whole box of the mac and cheese, like the Kraft mac and cheese, or we use the Daiya dairy-free, put all the noodles in, fill it up with water, pop this lid on, it's a boil over cover. And then you have to have a koozie because it's really hard to grab when it's hot. So of course we sell them. It's not as a set quite yet, but you know, some of you fancy gals out there or guys may be able to make one of these yourself. But I know my grandma makes them. She does a good job. But here, you hold it like that, put them in and out of the microwave. It takes about 10 minutes to do the pasta. Amazing, so good. You can do your zucchini noodles in here in 2 or 3 minutes. Any kind of soups or whatever. And it's great for someone that just needs to make themselves lunch or dinner. We use it a lot with our family of 4, but again, we had to get a second one. So nice, it's called the microwave pasta cooker. I think I talked too long on that one. Can you tell I like it? I'm gonna go ahead and let the pressure out. I'll tell you about just a couple more things while that's happening. This is our tortilla warmer. And why am I telling you about this? Warm tortillas are amazing, but when we make pancakes, I always find out as a mom, I have cold pancakes, right? Because I'm like serving them up. I'm like, go ahead and eat them while they're hot, guys, you know? And then I'll have the last ones for myself. But if you have the tortilla warmer, you just open it up. It's got some kind of magic crinkle in there. Put those hot pancakes in. They stay hot the whole time you're cooking, up to like an hour. They stay warm. And so we'll all have hot pancakes together. So that's why I love this. You can also just throw a couple of rolls in there if you really like hot rolls. Keep them hot during your dinner. This is our silicone strainer. You can use it as a steamer as well over your pot if you open it halfway up. But I mean, it's a huge strainer and colander, and usually we have to store this big, huge bowl, right? But it collapses and it's dishwasher safe. I love this thing, so great. Whipped cream and butter maker. Again, it's kind of like a novelty tool, but you didn't realize how much you love homemade whipped cream until you have it. And I'm sure that some of you can relate to that. But this is the whipped cream maker. You just put heavy whipping cream, powdered sugar, and then if you want flavor, vanilla, chocolate powder, whatever. It takes 30 seconds to make. I do have a little demo of this if you want to see it as well. Okay, well, here we go. Let's check out our dinner. It's looking good. So until it stopped, the lid is on, so you cannot remove it. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna take my little teakwood spoon, give her a stir. So there's still a little bit of extra liquid that will cook off here in the next couple minutes, but I do want to just show you, see if I can get a good spoonful. Watch, I'll make a huge mess. I just want to show you our risotto here. So we've got our risotto and our chicken is all done. It was a 6-minute cook time, and we're going to add in our tomatoes, our cheese, and I'm going to do my sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, stir it all up, and then serve it on a plate. So easy, right? All right, so thank you for watching today. What I want you to do is tell me which product did I talk about that you're like, that's cool. All right, you don't have to buy it. I just want to know what you liked. And when you do order today on a Sunday, you're going to get a gift from me with any order. And then when you spend $130, I'm adding on a seasoning. When you spend $80, you're going to add a free gift from Pampered Chef. You'll do that before you check out. And when you spend $150, free shipping. All right. Our electric products for one day only, the 31st of January, quick cooker and the cooking blender, both 25% off. So I think that's all of our specials. The other thing that I just might mention is I want you to watch me. Watch what I do throughout the week. If you think, hey, I need some extra income, I would love to have a little fun in my life, I would love to work with you to see if Pampered Chef would be a good income for you, whether that be, I don't know, an extra coffee every week and a little fun, or maybe some serious income that you want to start building. So it's $20 to join Pampered Chef on the 31st of January, normally $99, and it's totally worth it. Changed my life for sure, and I would love to work with any of you, or at least have the conversation to help you decide if it's a good fit. All right, that's all from me. Make sure that you say hi. And again, if you do not have a host this week, please message me before ordering so that I can make sure that you get your Sunday Funday special. Okay? All right, see you guys soon. Bye.